That line is going very far. It's going somewhere. Alright everyone, so let's get started. Now for today's video, we're just going to jump right into the makeup. I really want to do something very intense, very purple. I'm kind of scared because purples are really hard to work with, but I really want to do a super smoky, intense purple eye. So like usual, I'm going to be starting by priming my lids. I'm going to be using, this is no surprise, my MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. And I'm going to prime my whole lid area. I'm going to go from my inner corners to my outer corners. I really want to make sure that my whole lid area is well primed. And today's look is also going to be very heavy on the lower lash line. So I'm going to be very generous with the primer on my lower lash line. And I'm also taking it quite far on my outer corner because today's look is going to be very, very elongated. And I've already moisturized my skin using my Fenty Hydra Visor. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be going into my Oden's Eye Solmane palette, and I'm going to be grabbing that really pretty purple shade with my JH42 brush. You can use any light purple shades you have and any precise packing brush you have. So we're going to be very, very heavy on our under eyes today. So I'm going to start and just pack that closely to my lash line on my under eye. And from my under eye, I'm going to wing this shade towards the end of my brow. So I'm creating a very long line and I'm going to drag that towards my inner corners. And I'm going to start and pack this right in my inner corners. And this purple shade is so pretty. Like, if you want to work with purples, pick Oden's Eye. And I'm just going to make that shade as intense as I want. And I'm going to start and drag that shade towards my crease, but just a little bit and mainly in the crease. I'm not taking that shade too far in. And I'm also going to extend that shade in my inner corners as well. I'm going to make it a little bit more pointy. So that's pretty much the shape I'm going to start with. Next, I'm going to be taking a small fluffy brush and I'm just going to start and really blend that shade out. I want to make sure that these edges are really, really blended and very smoky. I'm going to do some back and forth between both brushes until I have the blend and the intensity that I want. And I think for my outer corner, I'm going to be taking that shade with a JH40 brush. I'm going to use that to blend that line out. And everything I'm going to be blending upwards. But so far, we're not really worrying about the shape too much. We can always clean it up after. So I really want to make sure that I have the blend and the smokiness. I think I want this to be even more smoky, so I am going to add some more of that shadow on the fluffy brush. And I'm going to place that very lightly all over the areas where we already have the purple. So I'm just going over every area and just stretching the shade out. And usually in this area, you would have the reflex to put that shade in the crease, but I'm mainly just placing that on my outer corner as a winged liner. So I'm not taking any of this shadow in my crease. So next, to deepen this shape out, I'm going to go into the Hummingbird's Oden's Eye palette, and I'm going to go into that very deep purple shade. You can use any deep purple shades you have. And I'm taking that on the same JH42 brush. And I'm going to be placing that exactly where we applied the lighter purple, but closer to like the outer part of the shape. So for example, I'm going to kind of outline the purple we already have. So I'm taking that on my outer corner, all over my lower lash line, into my inner corners, and going into the crease just a little. And with an angled brush, I'm just going to clean some of these lines. And then with my JH40 brush, I'm going to go over everything and blend the dark purple with the light purple. Alright, so as you can see, I was really not scared to put a lot of shadow on my lower lash line, and that's because we're going to clean everything up. So next, I'm going to be taking... I'm going to be taking a wipe and I'm going to clean everything up. So I'm going to remove the fallout, and I'm also going to create very harsh lines. So it's going to be a harsh line going from my inner corner all the way to the outer corner. I think I prefer to take a Q-tip with micellar water just because I'm a little bit more precise this way. So like usual, I'm taking the micellar water on the Q-tip and I'm removing the excess on the back of my hand because you do not want to soak the eyeshadow. And if you have too much micellar water on the Q-tip, it's just going to run everywhere and ruin your makeup look. I'm going to take a black liner and I'm going to place that in my waterline. I'm also taking that liner and just outlining certain areas of the shape. And then I'm going to take a brush and just go over the liner with that purple shadow, that deep purple shadow. I'm pretty much placing that all over my lower lash line. Okay, I think I want to do something else. I'm going to be taking my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette and I'm going to be using the black shadow. And with a very small, precise brush, I'm just going to place that shade in between the kohl liner and the purple shade, just to help that gradient a little bit more. That line is going very far. It's going somewhere. I'm kind of liking this look. I think the black gave a whole lot more dimension to this makeup look, so I'm much happier. Next, I'm just going to be applying some mascara. This is the Rare Beauty mascara, and I'm going to be very generous with this. And also, this is not the end of the makeup look. We are going to be doing gloss after, but I want to do the gloss at the very end because if I do it now, it's just going to crease everywhere. And I'm also going to be applying some, or should I? No, I think I'm not going to apply any on my lower lash line just because I want the under eye line to be very clean and I don't really want lashes like poking through. So I'm not going to be putting any mascara on my lower lashes. I'm just going to do the other eye really quickly and I'll be right back. So here we go. So maybe one tip I'm going to be giving you, because I wasn't really planning on using a kohl liner for this makeup look. If you want to create this makeup look, I would highly recommend you to switch the steps. So to begin with the light purple shade and then use the black liner to curve out where you want the line to be. And then you go on top with the rest of the shadows so that you have the cream base, so that the purple eyeshadow has something to stick on and it's going to be a lot richer and it's going to be easier to blend after. So yes, do this step first. So next I'm going to be working on my complexion, and in my last video I used the Milk foundation and I really enjoyed it. I really like this foundation because you can use it as a very heavy coverage foundation, or you can use just a little bit and spread it out and it's going to give a really natural look to the skin. So I'm just going to take that foundation and apply it. And with my foundation brush, the Rare Beauty foundation brush, I'm going to blend all of this in. Do you see how nicely this blends? It's a really nice foundation. I don't know why I don't use it often. And I'm also going to be taking the Milk Flex concealer, and this is in the shade Fair. And I'm going to be placing that on the center of my face. So for example, my forehead, where I do tend to have a little bit of redness, so around my chin. I have some redness around my nose right now. And of course, under my eye. And I'll be using my foundation brush to buff everything in. I'm also going to take a little bit of that concealer on the back of my hand, and with a flat brush I'm going to use that to carve out my eyeshadow, so to get a little bit closer to my eyeshadow. Alright, so for my bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Hoola Bronzer. This bronzer I rediscovered in one of my last videos. So I did a first impression video using Benefit makeup. And you know, this bronzer is really nice. It's really, really warm. I do want my complexion today to be extra warm because we do have very cool tone eyes. So yeah, I'm going to be taking that on my Real Techniques blush brush. And you know, I'm going to bronze my skin up. So I'm going to be placing that on my forehead and in the hollows of my cheeks. Looking good. For my blush, I'm going to be taking the Merit Cheek color in the shade Terracota. This blush is gorgeous. It's beautiful. This shade is amazing. It's like a really pretty brown orange terracotta shade, and the texture on this is just amazing. It's like a balm texture. It's not sticky and it's not like overly dewy. It's a really interesting texture, kind of like a lip balm, like a normal lip balm. Oh, almost dropped it. God damn it. And I'm going to be tapping that with the... No, actually, I think I'm going to take that with my brush. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that with my duo fiber brush. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that blush on my brush. I'm going to remove some of that on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to place that on the very high points of my cheeks. Alright, and now for my highlight, I'm going to be taking the Makeup by Mario Master Secret Glow Highlighter in the shade Expensive. And this is very expensive Vaseline. It's kind of like clear, thick Vaseline. I would say if you're looking for this type of effect, but cheaper, go for this one. This is the Lanolips 101 ointment, and you can actually use this so many different ways. You can use this on the lips, you can use this on the cheeks, on the eyes, you can use this in very different ways. The only thing is, this one is not as thick and as tacky, so it might not be as long lasting as this one because this one is very, very thick. But like the effect is the same and it's very hydrating. I use this as a lip balm. So I'm going to be taking the Makeup by Mario highlight with my finger, and I'm going to dab that on the very high points of my cheeks to give that really intense, dewy, wet look to the skin. And we are also going to be putting this on the lids, but I want to wait till the last second to do that. So before we do anything else, I'm going to fill in my brows. So of course I'm going to be using the Precisely My Brow pencil in the shade 3 and the 24-hour brow setter. Alright, so now to line my lips, I really want to have a really nice peachy nude lip color. So I'm going to be taking the Illuminating coloring pencil in the shade Undressed, which is a really nice peachy pink shade. And I'm going to be overlining my lips with this. But first, I think I'm just going to hydrate my lips because they're super chapped right now and I need the moisture. So I'm going to be taking the Lanolip ointment and I'm just going to place that all over my lips. Much better. And then I think, I'm not sure, because I was planning on using the Rare Beauty Dewy Lip Balm in the shade Praise, but I remember loving this blush as a lip color, so I'm not sure. I'm going to start with this, and if I don't like it, I'm going to go with the blush. Yeah, I think it's too pink. I'm going to remove most of it, and then I'm going to be taking the blush with my finger, and I'm just going to be patting this on top. And just to give some dimension to this lip, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Endless Cacao, of course. And I'm just going to place that on the perimeter, just to give some dimension. Alright, and now for the moment we have all been waiting for. We're going to do the gloss. I'm scared, help. So I'm going to be taking the Makeup by Mario Master Secret Glow in the shade Expensive with a flat brush, and I'm going to be placing that on my lid. So I'm going to place that doing tapping motions. And I'm also going to be taking that, dragging that towards my brow bone. That's freaking gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this makeup look. Oh my god. Alright everyone, so this is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Today's video was really quick. Like, this makeup look was so easy to do. I'm loving everything. But yeah, so you don't really have to do anything too complex to create a complex makeup look. Like, we did not use a lot of shades, and in general I did not use many products. Like, it's really easy to create complex looking makeup looks with not a lot of products. I was almost forgetting the secret emoji. So for today's secret emoji, let's do the purple firework. It's like really specific, but whatever. Let's do the purple firework. So put it in the comment section down below. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. You can also subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos every single Mondays. So subscribe so that you don't miss any of the Makeup Mondays. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.